Hey, everything is really messy. I'm turning this skein of yarn into a ball, and I thought, oh, I'll film it. So you get lots of sounds from the ambient white noise, a little bit of my voice, and you can watch me put this yarn into a ball. And oh my gosh, it's so soft. It's so soft. The color, which is not being captured very well on the screen, is called, I think it's called Mermaid something. Mermaid's Lullaby. So it's kind of like a minty green, but it's more on the blue side of a minty green. Does that make sense? So it's like a pale green. It's kind of minty, but kind of bluey. This is so relaxing for me. The sounds and the feeling and watching the yarn come off, going around and around. Now, I bought this yarn from my friend / colleague's store online, and I forgot to ask her to roll it into a ball because she's got this big wooden machine. It's like just a wooden thing that like accordions out, and she puts this around it, and then she got a handle that spins, and then there's like it seems like it's going back and forth, like, and it rolls into a ball of yarn off of the big. I'm not describing that very well at all. But she has a machine. It's not a high, it's like a very, it's made out of wood, and it's probably a really old design. It is not anything modern. But it rolls the yarn into a ball super, super fast. Like if you saw in my yarn craft stash video, there's this one that looks like a big puck, a big disc, that was rolled on her machine, turned into a, I don't know if in knitting you call it a bobbin. Maybe it's a bobbin. In knitting, in sewing it would be called, I think it would be called a spool. This is a skein, I don't know, this is a ball, but maybe it's called a spool, I don't know. If you're a knitter, you can tell me. But oh wow, it's so soft. It's made from mako cotton, Israeli mako cotton with a touch of nylon for strength. Okay, I'm also wearing a cashmere sweater. Excuse me. It's from Everlane, and I don't know if it's 100%, and it was a men's one, but it got shrunk, and it's mine now, and it fits so very nicely. It was a man's medium, and now it fits like an extra small woman perfectly. Perfectly. And it is super soft, and I only say this because like it's so soft, and this is really soft too, so I'm just surrounded by soft things right now. what is this mess, you may ask? Why, that's the knitting pattern that I just finished. Actually, I'll put it with the rest of it right here. A baby romper, and this is notes for a course I'm taking. And another notebook on top of my piano. That's that. There's some needles. There's some string that was from holding this together. That's where Pico sleeps. That's where Pico is currently sleeping. And there's some toys. This is a bin with knitting needles in it. So that's all the mess you see. That's a scratching post or scratching board. But sometimes Pico likes to sleep on it a lot. She sleeps in her bed too. I don't know why she likes that one. She's not even on. She's not even on it all the way. Does anybody else have any pets? Does anybody else have a cat? If you do, tell me about them. See how it just seems like it goes on forever? Look at how big this is already. It's so much more to go. I'm just remembering when I did the video of the show and tell of my craft pin, and I ended up rolling the yarn. I guess I did this with the one for the romper. I just remembered now that I had to end that video kind of abruptly because I think I stepped on her tail, and she screamed, and I screamed, and then I knocked over the tripod. And so I had to take that out of the video because it would not be relaxing. She went underneath my foot, and I stepped on her tail. And she went, "Meow," and I went, "Oh my god." The camera fell over. Maybe I should start collecting things like that and make an outtakes video. This ball of yarn is getting too big for my hand. My laundry is done. Oh no, don't get tangled. How was it? Oh yeah, I wasn't rolling a ball of yarn. I was taking out that scarf and re-rolling the ball. That's what it was. The ball of yarn that I ended up using for that romper was one that it was just like in the skein for a really long time. But I guess like Pico got at it when she was younger and like tangled it all up. And so when I was doing this, I had to it took me like 3 hours. I had to spread it out all over the floor and stretch it all out, and it had some serious knots in it. This one I think I'm going to avoid anything serious because, well, we're almost done. If it got tangled now, it would be very manageable. Because everything is still in nice big loops, there's no knots. let's just go for it. Nice little tangle to end the night. It's not actually a knot though, it's just pretending. You know, I have a friend who is like one of the leading experts in knots in like maybe the world. Or not knots, but like knots in DNA. Which is apparently something that happens to our DNA. I don't know. I never asked him why. Why'd you dedicate your life to trying to untangle knots in DNA? Maybe I should. Yeah, he knows an awful lot about knots. But only knots and things that have that are like come from a loop. Or like a single piece strand. I don't know, I can't remember how a single strand ties itself into a knot. Or a loop. I don't know. I can't remember. Forget I said anything. Forget it. Forget everything. Oh, it's so soft. I want to untangle this knot forever because it's so soft. It's so fluffy. Look how big it is. See, it wasn't a knot, I was just pretending to be a knot. Not actually a knot.